But we're good. We're actually in London right now studying, so we're good.
Nice, nice.
We're
Well,
great.
how's London treating you both?
We just got here like 3 days ago, so we're like learning how to get around and stuff. But other than that, it's a great experience. So we're happy to be here. So grateful. Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, obviously, how are both of your off seasons going? And obviously, what are some of your summer plans, whether it's on or off the field, to get ready for fall ball in a few months?
Yeah, so we had a good like month before we came to London. I think both of us did a lot of like lacrosse. I know Rose, she's defense and I'm attack, so it's a little bit different, but both of my brothers play lacrosse, so shooting with them and then just overall like endurance and strength stuff. Definitely we got a lift packet for our team, so doing that also. Yeah, and I have a bunch of family at home that is act they all play lacrosse as well. Like my little sister, she's on the team. So I usually will train with my cousins, like my two younger cousins, and then my sister with a couple of trainers. And yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, what are some things that you both want to get better at and work on this summer?
I think definitely, at least for me, I think in college, especially learning how to use both hands like kind of equally is super important. And I think that this summer I'm really trying to focus on getting better with like my left hand and just like more comfortable with like stick skills overall. Yeah, I would jump onto that, of course, stick skills. And I think for me defensively, I'm very invested in focusing on my footwork. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hear. And I'm just curious, like, what are some stick work drills that you both work on that help improve those areas? Is it really just like wall ball or simple things like that? Or is there other drills that people might not be aware of that really help improve those skills?
I mean, I feel like this is like out of the ordinary for me. I don't know, but as a defender, like we don't really shoot around, but when I'm home, I always will shoot with my sister or my cousin. They're both attackers, so that's what I do, and I feel like that improves my stick work more than just standing at the wall, right? Yeah. I mean, this season, actually, we do like individuals with our coaches, and Rose and some of our other like defender friends will come with like me and some of the other attackers and shoot. And that's something that our coaches, I think, like really invest in is like defenders being able to like shoot, and it just like kind of improves everyone's confidence. And it's more of a like fun way to do stick work, I feel like. Yeah.
Now, I want to transition and start off this interview really just talking about the beginning of both of your careers and then working all the way up to where we are currently. So, Hadley, I'll start off with you. It says that you're from Concord, New Hampshire. Talk about your hometown and the things you like about it for someone who's never been there before.
Yeah, so Concord is like I mean, it's the capital of New Hampshire, but it is New Hampshire, so it's pretty small. I moved there when I was like 12 or 13, and started playing lacrosse in like eighth or ninth grade. And I mean, I love the town. It's like big enough where you don't see everyone you know, but also when you're out like walking around, you definitely do see some people you know. And then I went to boarding school actually in Concord, New Hampshire also. So, yeah, it was a great place to grow up.
You're from Garden City, New York. Talk a little bit about your hometown and the things you like about it for someone who's never been there before.
Yeah, I grew up in Garden City with like all of my cousins live in Garden City, my mom's sisters. It's a great time. I mean, the town is just so special. It's a big lacrosse town, so I feel like I was just around it all the time, and that got me to where I am today.
Now, Hadley, when I was reading your bio, it says that you played hockey growing up. So, what was it like playing that sport and how did it help you out in lacrosse?
Yeah, I grew up, I have two brothers, and we all kind of started out playing hockey. And I didn't really start playing lacrosse until like maybe like eighth grade, I think. And I mean, obviously, like sports translate a lot, but I think just like I played with boys growing up a lot, and I feel like that definitely really helped me with like competitiveness and like obviously kind of being able to take criticism. And so like both of my brothers, we all kind of transitioned to lacrosse eventually, but I mean, hockey's like such a fun sport, and I'm so glad that I played it for so long.
Yeah, how did like lacrosse become the sport that you wanted to pursue after eighth grade?
Yeah, it was probably COVID, which was my freshman year.
and everyone was kind of stuck at home and you couldn't really play hockey. And so my older brother started playing lacrosse, and then me and my younger brother, both just kind of started playing lacrosse honestly because of him. And so for all three of us now, that's become our like the sport that we're playing in college.
Yeah, and I saw that one of your brothers plays lacrosse at Villanova. What was it? How has he sort of helped you in your lacrosse career, just competitiveness wise, but also do you guys ever talk about your games when you like talk in between, I guess, like
Yeah.
I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I said, he's kind of the reason that I got into lacrosse, and same with my younger brother. He just graduated high school and he's gonna play at Georgetown. So, kind of just like super helpful that both of them, they're both like middies attackers for men's, and just like shooting together all the time. My dad has also gotten very into lacrosse, so he kind of will like feed us the balls. So I think that's become like a big part of like my family dynamic, like us three going to shoot together, which has made the sport like a lot easier to practice in like the off season, like what you asked about earlier. Like I think that that's kind of what's made it really easy for me to like get better over the years is because of both of them.
Now, Rose, you mentioned this earlier, but your younger sister is also on the Holy Cross Women's Lacrosse team. What was it like growing up with her, and how cool is it to be teammates now in a high level in college?
Yeah, I mean, when we were younger, we were always on the same like club teams and stuff like that. So it's really not out of the ordinary to be playing with her. It feels like we're back, but we didn't go to high school together, so we thankfully were given the opportunity from Amanda to play together in college, and it's been the best experience.
Is there any sibling rivalry between you guys and practice anything, or is it, well, I'm curious what that's like.
Um, I mean, yeah, I would say there's more of a I go harder with Arky than I would someone else, but I do think like Arky knows me so well. She knows exactly what to do, especially because I'm a defender, she's an attacker, and I know exactly where she's gonna go to, so it's funny when we go up against each other.
Oh yeah, that must be fun to watch, I imagine as well. So
Yes, it is.
now, Rose, you played for Sacred Heart Academy and Yellow Jackets Lacrosse Club before heading off to college. Talk about your high school and club lacrosse experiences and what's like your favorite memory from your time with those two teams.
Oh gosh, there's so many. I loved Sacred Heart so much. Sacred Heart is an all-girls school, so we were like pretty small, but I met all of my best friends there, and everyone was close to town, even though everybody went there. And my coach, Danielle Trosco, she is actually coaching at Richmond right now, is such a great role model to me. And she took us really far our junior and senior year. I would say my favorite memory um, from high school lacrosse was we went to DC and we went on a trip there and we played like a bunch of ranked teams and like just had a great time.
Now, Hadley, you played for St. Paul's School and then the New Hampshire Tomahawks before heading off to Holy Cross. What was your club and high school lacrosse experience like? And do you have any favorite memories with those two teams?
Yeah, so I went to St. Paul's for 3 years. It's like a co-ed boarding school. And I mean, it's such a great school. There's a great lacrosse program. And like there was a lot of girls playing D1. And so like that's also kind of what got me into lacrosse was just like the lacrosse culture at school. And probably my favorite memory at St. Paul's was we won like our conference every year that I was there. So like that was so fun every year, just like leading up to that game. And then after, obviously, like we had our senior day, which is so fun in high school. And then for club lacrosse, I played for Granite State Elite for a bunch of years and I met some of my best friends there. And then I switched to Tomahawks because both of my brothers play there. And both are like such great club teams and they really helped me like get recruited to Holy Cross.
Well, it's that really helps me transition to my next question is what was your recruiting process like to Holy Cross? And what made you guys pick that school versus other ones you might have looked at?
Yeah, so Holy Cross has always been like in the back of my mind. A couple of girls from Garden City went there, so it's always been in my head. And once I went to visit, I immediately fell in love with it. And I just, our coaches were just so welcoming. The girls were so nice. I love the small knit community of like you see everyone that you know like every day without even planning it. I love that. So, yeah, that's what helped me make my decision. And my coach, Kim Hillier, she really like just opened so many doors for me. She was a great advocate for myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like the visit for Holy Cross is like such a big part of why a lot of the girls on our team chose to go there. Just like the culture of our team is great and it's so nice, specifically about Holy Cross that like it is a small school, but a lot of people are athletes, which is like I think it's like 30%, something like that. So that's
Yeah.
been really fun for us because like you kind of see everyone, like Rose said, you see everyone that you know around campus, but it's also like a Division 1 program, which I feel like is a great balance.
Now, another question I had for both of you is what, as a freshman, what was like the biggest adjustment that you had to make to college lacrosse?
I would say balancing academics and athletics together was pretty hard for me, but I think now that we're rising juniors, it's become like so like not easy, but like it's become so much more manageable with time.
Yeah, definitely. And also like the level of lacrosse is definitely different. Like I know like
Hmm.
Rose and my high school team were both like definitely good teams, but I think going to college it is kind of just like another level. Like everyone got committed to play D1, so like everyone is good. And obviously you have a lot more commitments in college, and so I feel like our freshman year we definitely were like this is a lot. I mean
Different.
obviously
Yeah.
yeah. So it like definitely got easier, like she said, since we're rising juniors now.
Yeah, that was one of my questions that I had was how did you guys both learn to balance those aspects of your life? Because obviously everyone thinks about the academics and lacrosse, but there's also the social aspect of being in college as well. So I'm just curious how you guys sort of learned to manage your time. Was it just over time you just got better at it, or was there any certain strategies that you guys did that helped you become better at it?
I feel like, sorry, I think there's construction on our building. So if you
Yeah.
hear that in the background, that's what that is.
It's all good.
Um, I think that like looking up to the upperclassmen a lot was super helpful for us. I feel like they like kind of what we're saying now about how we have it like a little bit more figured out. Like when you come in as a freshman, like it's so important and like so nice to have upperclassmen that can help you and kind of just like tell you like what to do and like also like include you in that social life is such a big part. They know everyone and you kind of don't know anyone. And so I think that being on a team, like, yes, you have a lot more commitments, but it's also kind of like a built-in friend group in a way, which is like so nice to have coming in as a freshman.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And just to, like piggyback off, I think when we were seniors, I mean, sorry, when we were freshmen, our senior class was so welcoming and like gave us that like sort of mentorship that like led us down the right road. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, Hadley, I'll ask you this question. Is your team plays in the Patriot League? I think it's one of the more underrated conferences in women's lacrosse. Talk about that conference and just the competition you face each game.
Yeah, I mean, we play a lot of really good teams. Like, I think this year there were three top 20 ranked teams that all played in like the national tournament. And so like I think that we like really enjoy having such like a challenging conference. Like we're kind of for the past like 3 years, for the years that we've been there, like Holy Cross is kind of like right in the middle of that conference, which I feel like obviously not like where we want to be. Like obviously we want to be first, but like I think it's a great like starting point for us because all of the games are like pretty competitive. And even if the team is like ranked higher than us, even if it's like significantly higher, like I think that our coaches and like our team culture is really just like do as much as you can and like playing good teams really helps like make our team better. So I think it's a great conference.
Now, Rose, this question is for you. So we have a lot of younger listeners who listen to this channel, and one question I like to ask a lot of players from this is how have they learned to handle adversity during their college career? Because every athlete goes through it, and I'm just curious how you've learned to handle adversity in your particular career.
Yeah, I feel like what you said before, like we have a built-in friend group. Like I feel like our sophomore class has really just like been so supportive. We're all each other's best friends, like each and every one of us. And also I think having my sister here has really like brought me so much happiness and like comfort knowing that my family's here and yeah.
Now, Hadley, one question that we also like to ask players that we have on the show is the mental side of the game of lacrosse is super important. And I'm just curious, how do you work on the mental side of the game and handle the nerves of a big game and just all that kind of stuff that goes with it?
Yeah, I mean, sports is like obviously very mental and like I feel like that's kind of an underrated aspect of sports. We talk about this a lot in the locker room, like before games, just like not stressing yourself out. I feel like lacrosse, like it's so easy to get in your own head and then like ruin like how you play that game. And I think our coaches and like our team overall really focuses on like having fun playing for each other. That's a huge part of our team. Like before every game, we kind of say who we're playing for. And I think that recognizing that it's not like however you play in that game, it's not the end of the world. And like it really is about having fun and like playing for your teammates.
Now, this question's for the both of you guys. So next year, you're obviously going to be upperclassmen. With that title comes leadership responsibilities. You guys mentioned how important the senior class was when you guys were freshmen on helping you transition to college lacrosse. In your opinion, what does good leadership look like, and how would you try to use those good examples that you had as freshmen heading into juniors, trying to be set that good leadership example for the new players coming in?
Yeah, I think what I said before about just like having upperclassmen like being so welcoming to the underclassmen is so important because it gives you such a good like team energy. And I think having Arky, my sister, in the grade below us really helped like the sophomores and the freshmen last year get along like so much easier and like everything kind of just clicked really early. And having that, I think, really gave all of us like great friendships. And I think that's something that's welcoming.
Yeah. And also, I feel like a huge part of like team success and team culture overall is having like newer people feel as though they can take risks. And I feel like that was a big part of how that senior class welcomed us. And like we were a very young team this year, and I feel like that's partially due to the fact that our freshman year we kind of felt like we were able to take risks, even if it was in like practice stuff like that, because lacrosse is very like it's not individual, but like especially at least on offense, like it kind of feels at some points like you need to have like your teammates behind you. And if like underclassmen are able to like feel that way, I feel like that can really help a team.
Now, Hadley, this question is for you. So, obviously, you went from 2 goals in your freshman year to 43 goals as a sophomore. From your perspective, what was the biggest thing you did that led to that improvement?
Um, this actually kind of goes with what I was talking about before, but I feel like freshman year is like such a big transition from high school. And we had a lot of really, really good seniors our freshman year. Like we had like four attackers that were like all Patriot League. So I think that looking up to them my freshman year was so helpful. I learned so much from all of those girls. And then we kind of lost, like we didn't lose everyone on our team, obviously, but we lost like a big part of our offense. And I think that playing on like scout team, which is like a big thing in college lacrosse, definitely really helped me kind of like playing other people and learning what I was good at a college level. I feel like really helped me this year.
Now, Rose, you went from playing 1 game as a freshman to being a starter for almost every game last year as a sophomore. And obviously, your defensive stats are really impressive between those 2 seasons. So, what were some of the defensive improvements you made to have that success this past year?
I feel like going off of what Hadley said, like freshman year is pretty tough. And I feel like once I got the hang of things and I knew what to expect, I worked really hard over the summer and I knew what to do when I came back.
Nice. Well, this question is for the both of you guys. What's been your favorite lacrosse memory with Holy Cross so far?
I know both of ours
Yeah.
when we beat Loyola.
It was like I think that's like almost everyone on our team's
Yeah,
favorite
I
team
think we
memory.
can answer for everyone as that is our favorite team memory this past season.
I figured it, but you still got to ask just to make sure.
Yeah.
So now, obviously, how has the team talked about your goals and expectations for next season? And I just want to ask you, what are your team's goals and expectations for next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that our whole team is so excited for next year. We have like I said, we were a super young team this year. We had a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing who had never really played in the seasons before. So that's super exciting that we have so many returners with like a lot of experience. And I think just overall we want to have like we want to like obviously go as far as we can, but like more importantly, we want to have like a really fun team that plays for each other and like obviously we want to win as much as we can, but like really focusing on like having a great team culture and playing like for something bigger than ourselves.
Yep, I totally agree with everything you said.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's obviously. Have you guys had the chance to meet the upcoming freshmen on the team yet?
Yes, we have. They come for their official visit. They came in, I think, around January.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we met all of them. We're super excited. Everyone's very nice and excited to be here.
Nice, nice. Well, obviously looking forward to watching that. But let's move on to a segment I like to call the non-lacrosse segment. And the goal of the segment is to get to know both of you guys more off the field. I'll try to answer some of these as well to make it more interesting. But first question is, if there was a movie made about your life, who would you want to play yourself?
We were talking about, we were like kind of trying to decide on an answer for this
Yeah.
question. So we were like kind of a combined answer of like The
Mhm.
Rock and Kevin Hart. 'Cause they're like a
Okay.
little duo. So that's if we
Please, Kevin
picked.
Hart.
Okay. Okay. I like that answer. It could be like a Jumanji type thing where like you
Exactly.
guys
Yeah.
turn into them or something like that. So
Exactly.
I usually say Ryan Gosling just because it'd be funny because we look nothing alike and it would be cool to say that he played me in a movie. So that's who I usually go with.
Yeah, that's a good
That
one.
is a good one.
Now, what would a perfect day look like for you?
Honestly, I feel like we're so happy to be in London right now, studying here. So I would say our whole time in London, we're so grateful and happy to be here with our friends.
Yeah. We've been doing a lot of shopping, so probably
Yeah.
add that in there.
It's a great time.
Yeah, especially with the World Cup going on, I assume that's
Oh
been
yeah, it's
raised the level of
huge.
excitement there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, have you guys ever driven in London? What's it like being on the other side of the road? That's the one thing that would confuse me being there.
We should never drive here. We're not driving here.
We've taken some Ubers and we're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, like when you cross the street, you look the other way, like cars are incoming on the other side. It's the craziest thing, but
yeah.
interesting.
That would definitely get take some time to get used to, but I am
Yeah.
curious. I feel like here we love a British accent. Do they like American accents out there? Or they don't really care.
No one likes Americans.
I was gonna say, I don't think people like nobody has said anything to us though, but I
Yeah.
don't think people like us.
Okay. I think that's not true, but still, yeah. Now, next question that I we had is, what is something that you wish more people would notice more about you guys?
Well, so a lot of my friends are gonna disagree with this, but because I'm like a little bit sometimes to the outsider, people think that I'm a little bit disorganized, but I think that I'm very organized, like in some ways, but I just have trouble
Behind the
keeping
scenes.
behind the scenes. Yeah. I just have trouble like keeping track of things, especially like on our team. Like it's kind of like a running joke about how I lose my mouth guard every time, but I think that behind the scenes I'm more
Behind the
organized.
scenes, you know where it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more organized than people might think. So
Hmm.
yeah.
I would say hardworking. I feel like I'm very hardworking and I like don't really show it that much.
No, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Now, you guys are both in London, like you said. Where's one place though that you would love to travel to soon?
So we're going to in next weekend, we're going to Croatia. So it's not like want to travel to we are, but we're so excited to go. We're going
We're
to
so excited to Dubrovnik.
yeah, and it's like a beach town, so we're very excited.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Now, let's ask you some questions about some of your teammates. So, who has the best style on the Holy Cross women's lacrosse team besides you guys, obviously?
We were gonna say us. No, I'm kidding. Um, I feel like everyone has really good style.
Her sister has good
Yeah,
style.
Arky's pretty good. I'll give it to Arky.
Yeah.
Nice. Who is the funniest on the team?
Sarah Nice.
Yeah. That's she's gonna be a junior with us. She's
Yeah,
our goalie in our class, and she is
I
the
feel like
funniest person
goalie's
ever.
always
the
the
funniest.
funniest one on the team, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Now, what's been the most interesting thing you guys read or seen recently?
Oh, so we were talking about this. There was like it's some like I'm not sure what it's actually called, but it's like 5 for 5, like the 5 years of eligibility. Which is like I think still like kind of in the works. Like I haven't been following it that
Yep.
closely, but I mean that would be super cool if it applied to our class.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen that as well. I definitely like the role, but I'm a big college hockey fan, so there's definitely some things that you got to fix for that sport, and I know that's why it's been
Yeah.
taking a while, just because their recruitment period's a little bit different than any other sport.
Yeah.
But I do like the role a lot, personally, because I feel like in other college sports, mainly basketball and football, you see people who are like 27 years old still playing college sports, which I feel like it's a little bit ridiculous, so hopefully that
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes it
definitely.
better. So, last question that oh, actually a couple more questions I want to ask you. I guess we're back to lacrosse questions now. What should be done to help grow women's lacrosse from your perspective?
I feel like now that we're in Europe, of course I'm saying this, but I think that all the like summer programs that have the European teams that you can join is like such a great opportunity to like represent your nationality and just like touch your stick. And I think it's fun to watch like the different um teams play each other. It's good camaraderie for women's lacrosse. Our coach is also Amanda. She is coaching Croatia team. Maybe we'll see her. Maybe we'll see her.
Um, and also I like Rose said, like I feel like lacrosse is definitely like in a very concentrated area of like kind of like not just the Northeast, but like Northeast America. And I think definitely like branching it out even to a little bit more like Midwest, like West America, and then obviously other countries. Like I feel like Rose said, those national or international teams that exist, I think is really helping to kind of grow lacrosse and grow the publicity around women's lacrosse too.
Yeah, for sure. It's been awesome to see. I definitely want to see the international game grow because I forgot it's like the U20 World Cup for women's lacrosse. I don't know the specific name for it, but that's usually a fun tournament to watch. And I actually had the chance to interview some players from the Great Britain women's lacrosse team, and it was really cool to hear how they got into the sport. And it's just a little bit different out there, like how they have to get into it and versus here in the US. So that was definitely fun to listen to those interviews. I know one of the players ended up being a goalie for Towson, I think. So,
Oh
um,
wow. That's
yeah, so it
awesome.
was really cool to see some of that, and hopefully that continues to grow because I just think ultimately when more players play, it makes the sport better, like you guys said.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Now, last question that I wanted to ask is, do you guys have any shout outs that you want to make to your family members, teammates, and friends? And who should we have on this YouTube channel next?
I mean, shout out to our Holy Cross team,
Yes,
the women's
shout
team,
out.
love them,
Love
and our
them.
coaches. And then shout out to our two roommates who we're living with in London, Molly Fink and Arky Rose's sister.
Yes. You should have them on next.
Yeah, that's our sister. Yeah.
Just have the other two roommates on. That would be funny.
That'd
So.
Yeah.
be so funny. But yeah, thank you so much for having us
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you both for taking time every day and coming on. It really does mean a lot to ourselves. And yeah, best of luck next season and enjoy being upperclassmen.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.